Hey, you know what? E3's this weekend. I think I'm gonna put out another video before E3 this weekend. I don't know what I'll just do a prediction video because I'm mostly gonna be watching for the Nintendo Direct. So I'll just make a prediction video for the Nintendo Direct. I should have time to do that. I mean, when is E3 for Nintendo? Fuck. So by the time this video goes up, it's probably going to be a matter of days, if not a matter of like literal hours before Nintendo's E3 presentation for this year goes live in 2019. And there's a lot to look forward to. I believe that there was a leak from Nico Nico. It's a Japanese streaming service, and they disclosed that the Nintendo Direct is scheduled to go for about 40 minutes. So there's definitely going to be a lot for them to cover this year. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely looking forward to every minute of it. But I figured I would take this opportunity to just slap together really quickly a predictions video for what I have predicted for this year. And whatever it is that's confirmed already, I'll be definitely sure to go over what it is exactly that I expect from some of these games. There's a few games in here where it's like I don't really expect anything at all, but that's not necessarily to say that I don't look forward to seeing them. And then there's other games that are confirmed to be in development already, but they have yet to be confirmed to be shown at this year's Direct. So I'll definitely be going through some of those games and what I expect to see from them, or if I expect to see anything at all. And then I'll just be taking some time to just straight up go over rumors, because there's definitely been a lot of rumors building up for this year's E3, especially with some really big games that are either out now and are expected to have upcoming content, or games like I mentioned before that just have been rumored for years and just have yet to be confirmed to be in development, or like I mentioned before, games that are already in development but just have not had a word said on them as of yet. So that'll all be covered here. I won't be covering everything, just because there's some stuff that I straight up don't believe will be happening, or just some stuff that I straight up don't believe will be shown at this year's E3. So I'll be sure to point out if any of that comes up. But anyways, I have a lot of editing ahead of me. I'm going to try to make this as to the point as possible, while still, effectively communicating my personal predictions and whatnot. So let's just jump right in. Alright, so first game that I have listed on here that's already confirmed to be shown this year at E3, it's going to be Luigi's Mansion 3. I literally have no experience with the Luigi's Mansion franchise whatsoever. I know that there was one that was on the GameCube, the first one, and then there was Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon that came out on 3DS like several years later. And then they re-released on 3DS the original Luigi's Mansion, the GameCube version, and that's pretty much all that we have so far. And then also, well, honestly, the only Luigi's Mansion game that I've ever played was the arcade version, the one that they have at Dave & Buster's. I don't know it from anywhere else. That's the only place that I played it. So I really have no expectations for this part of the presentation whatsoever, but I do look forward to seeing it though. And I'll definitely be getting Luigi's Mansion when it does come out. As for that part, actually, I do expect it to be coming out this year, probably in October, just in time for Halloween, or I don't know, probably at some point this year. But I won't be too surprised if it ends up being a 2020 game. But I don't really have too much of an opinion on this game. I do look forward to seeing it though. Next game that is already confirmed to be shown at E3 this year is going to be Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which was just revealed earlier this year as well. And the only thing that I don't like about this game is the fact that it's supposed to be a reimagining of a game on the Game Boy. It was just the original Game Boy. It's called Link's Awakening. So the real only problem that I have with it is the fact that it's supposed to be like a reimagining of Link's Awakening, but they didn't really bother to like change the name or like add anything to it to like separate it from its original counterpart. Like how they did with like they should have done like what they did with Link Between Worlds, where it's a reimagining of A Link to the Past, but there's something that's different about the name, about the moniker, that separates it from the original. But that's not the case with Link's Awakening here, where it's literally just called Link's Awakening. But I do look forward to seeing this year what they're going to be adding or changing or revising about this reimagining here. It definitely looks great on the aesthetic level. It looks really cool, actually, because apparently Link's Awakening is supposed to be like taking place within a dream that Link has, and it definitely has like that dreamy like feel to it. So it's kind of adorable, actually. Like, you're kind of just imagining being in Link's dream, and like this is pretty much what this hardened Hyrule warrior is seeing when he dreams. It's just like this little chibi version of himself, just cutting grass and stuff like that. I don't know. I think it's funny, and I do look forward to seeing it this year. It'll be cool. And then the next game that's confirmed for this year to be shown is Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, which literally just had a direct like last week that showed off. I can't decide if what they showed at that last week's direct was a lot or not a lot, because I honestly would prefer that they don't show a lot, because they've already shown a little bit, and Pokemon games are starting to get really samey in my opinion, and I know I'm not alone in that sentiment. So whatever it is that they do have that's new, that separates it from the other Pokemon games, I would rather that they not go like straight down the list and just like rapid fire everything that's new. Just because whatever it is that's new, I'd rather at least have some of it be a surprise of some sort. Just because I feel like Pokemon Company or the Pokemon franchise could use that, something really, really fresh. But from what we have seen so far, it looks like it is going to be different. It has like open world and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing like Treehouse demo footage of it. Honestly, more than whatever it is that they have to show. Unless it's super, super cool, then I'll look forward to seeing it. But I'll still be getting Pokemon. I don't know which version yet. Honestly, I usually don't decide that stuff until I'm like at the door of the GameStop or whatever it is that I'm going to buy the game. Then I'm like, and I have like both of the game boxes in my hand. But I'll definitely be getting this game this year, and I do look forward to seeing it. So yeah, I'll definitely look. I'm definitely excited to see that. Next game that's confirmed here is Super Mario Maker 2. I kind of feel the same way about this game as I do about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'd rather not see a lot of stuff, especially since it comes out later this month. Unless they have something like super huge to show off, then I would look forward to seeing it. But otherwise, I really would just be down with like a short trailer that mostly shows us what we already have, and maybe like a bonus thing or two that we didn't know beforehand. Because again, they had like a direct like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago for Super Mario Maker like exclusively, and they showed off a ton in that direct. So yeah, they showed off a ton in that direct, and I'm really looking forward to getting that game. But I honestly don't expect them to show off too much news, since they already had a dedicated direct for that not too long ago. But I do look forward to seeing it here this year as well. Okay, so moving straight into games that have not yet been confirmed for the presentation, but are already confirmed to be in development. We got Astral Chain. I wanted to start off with this game just because it's coming out surprisingly soon for a game that was like literally just revealed in February of this year, in the February Direct. It looks pretty cool. It's made by the same developers of a Bayonetta franchise, which it would be Platinum Games. And I just think it's interesting that they revealed the game like so not long ago, and it's coming out not far from now. And I'm a little interested to see if they want to show off more of the game, or if they're just going to kind of just drop it with like another trailer beforehand and that's it. But either way, I'm kind of looking forward to this game. The only thing that did worry me at first about this game was that I thought that they were going to put off Bayonetta just so that they could work on this game. And I mean, people have already been looking forward to Bayonetta for a long time. And that kind of moves into my next game here, which is Bayonetta 3, which it was revealed last year at the Game Awards, if I'm not mistaken, and we haven't heard a word since then. Actually, I think they briefly mentioned that they were still working on the game when they first revealed Astral Chain, which was the game I was just talking about. So maybe we'll be hearing about both games? I don't know. But either way, I do look forward to hearing about both games. And I think E3 might be a good place to go ahead and do that, especially with a 40-minute time frame that we're working with. I don't think it'll take too long to cover either, if not both of those games. And moving on, we have a big game here that everyone has in their prediction list somewhere. That's going to be Animal Crossing, which was also shown off earlier this year. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it was this year. It was this year. It just feels like it's been so long ago already, because literally the only thing that we know about Animal Crossing on Switch is that it exists. That's it. We know nothing else about Animal Crossing on the Switch. That's all that we know. It's projected by most people to come out this year as a holiday title, and it would make sense, but if they do show it this year, and I feel like they will, I feel like it's going to get pushed to 2020. It's just a gut feeling, and I would love to be wrong about this feeling, but it is a feeling that I have, and it's a pretty strong one as well. But as of what I'll expect them to show at this year for E3 with Animal Crossing, not too much. I'm kind of open for it, but I do expect, this is a little bit of a reach here. It's just a little bit of like an obscure prediction that I have, is that it'll have some sort of compatibility with Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. Because they haven't been pushing Animal Crossing too much as of late, but with what they have been pushing for that franchise, it's been all Pocket Camp as of late. So I feel like Pocket Camp didn't come out that long ago, so I feel like they're not just going to kill off the game by putting out, pretty much what everyone's been waiting for. I feel like they're going to have some sort of cross-compatibility with that mobile game there. And I feel like another thing that they're going to show off will be some sort of a new feature or new concept for the game that will really push the online service, because I feel like that's something that Nintendo really wants to push, and they know that Animal Crossing is something that everyone really wants, so I feel like they're going to try and find some way to get those two things to like coincide there. But other than that, I'm definitely open and looking forward to whatever it is Animal Crossing, or what Nintendo has in store for Animal Crossing there. Moving into another prediction that I have for this year, Shin Megami Tensei 5 was shown off in 2017. That's like 2 years ago now. I think it was like in November of 2017 when they just kind of like shadow dropped a trailer for the game. And just like Animal Crossing, we have yet to hear another word from them about that at all. It is going to be a Nintendo Switch exclusive release, which is a big jump for the franchise. I'm not too familiar with the franchise. Honestly, I literally just found out about the franchise through having played Persona, only to find out that Persona franchise is a spin-off franchise of Shin Megami Tensei. So, just because of that alone, my interest is perked. Because moving into the next game that I have a prediction for that we'll see is Persona 5 Scramble for the Nintendo Switch. And I know everyone, including myself, is just a little bit salty to hear that Persona 5S is nothing but a spin-off Musou game, or aka Dynasty Warriors hack and slash spin-off game, and not what we were looking for, which was a either direct port, enhanced port, or literally anything that pertains to, Persona 5, the main game on Nintendo Switch. But that's not what we're getting. And I believe, I don't remember who it was from Atlas that came out not too long ago and said that there really isn't any plans to bring Persona 5 or Persona 5 The Royal to any other platform, which is definitely a shame. And I feel like Persona 5 does nothing but confirm that. But I still look forward to seeing both of those games. Who knows? It's a Musou game, but it might just be a really good one. And at the end of the day, it's Persona 5, so it's bound to have at least my attention at the very least. And as for Shin Megami Tensei again, I look forward to seeing if they have anything more to show for that. Maybe even a release date. Moving along, we also have Fire Emblem 3 Houses that I have on my prediction list. That game is confirmed to be coming out at the end of July, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the release date written down on here, but I'm pretty sure that's what that is there. I'll have a note on the screen here if that's different. If not, I won't, because I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. I don't have too many predictions for this. I feel like they should at least treat it with how I feel they should be treating Mario Maker 2, which is like, they show it here, but they don't show too much, just because the game comes out pretty soon, and I don't want them to just spoil the entirety of the game. I want there to be some surprises left in there, but then again, they haven't shown off too much. I know at the last Nintendo Direct that they had, that was just like a general Direct. They showed off this pretty lengthy segment for the game, and they showed off quite a bit there. So I feel like, maybe they show off another trailer, a feature or two here and there, and then just not much else, just so that the rest of the game is a surprise. But I do still look forward to seeing this game there as well. Maybe if they have some sort of amiibo compatibility with the previous all the other Fire Emblem amiibos, and maybe you can recruit them as allies or something. That would be cool to see. you know, I think that'd be cool. See my boy Marth, like, you know, in a Switch, you know, Fire Emblem game would be pretty nice. But other than that, I don't really expect too much. Now, one thing that I super duper hope that we see, or I guess I should say two things that I'm just praying for this time around, and I know I'm not alone when I say it too. It's gonna be Metroid Prime 4 and Pikmin 4, because both of these games are games that, like, we know literally nothing about. Metroid Prime 4, I mean, we learned that it was going to be coming out, and then, like, not even a year later, we hear that they scrapped all development on the game and moved it over to Retro Studios. So they're basically going to be starting over, and for that reason, I don't expect to, like, see too much, if not that much at all. I don't expect it, but I really would want to see it. I am excited for that game. I honestly wasn't excited for that game until they revealed it, and now I'm just, like, waiting every time to hear more information on that game. And Pikmin 4, I believe, was, like, I think Pikmin 4 was confirmed to be in development before the Switch was even revealed. So that just goes to show how long people like myself have been waiting for that game to be shown off. And we literally have not seen anything, so I'm hoping that 2019 will be the year for that. And I'm hoping that E3 will be the presentation for them to show that. Fingers crossed for both of those, for sure. And going back to Retro Studios for a minute, Retro Studios has also confirmed to be working on a project for a while now. It definitely wasn't Metroid Prime 4, because apparently they, as of this year, have just started working on that, like I mentioned earlier. But they do have a project that they have been working on for years. Nobody knows what it is. It was rumored to be a spin-off Star Fox racing game called Star Fox Grand Prix. I think that's a load of crap, and why would they make that? That doesn't make any sense at all. I won't be mad if that is what they were working on this whole time. Honestly, I would just buy that and I would laugh at it, and then I would, like, play it for like a few hours and then maybe end up returning it. But who knows, if it's good and that is in fact what they're working on, then it might just be a cop. Who knows? But I don't think that's what they're working on at all. I don't have anything to like counter think. Is that a thing? Can I counter think something? I don't know. But if that is possible, I think that it's probably just going to be another Donkey Kong game. But I mean, Donkey Kong games are good. If you've played Donkey Kong Country Returns or Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, those games slap. So if they're making another one of those, I can't even be mad about it. But who knows? Maybe they're working on something original. Or maybe they're working on a spin-off of a completely different franchise. I've heard a lot of people praying for F-Zero, and I think I might be included amongst one of those people. I feel like whatever big revival for a franchise that might be, like, undercover right now, I feel like Retro Studios has got to be the people behind that. But yeah, definitely I'll be expecting to see whatever Retro's working on here at E3 this year. Alright, so because obviously Nintendo doesn't want to just disclose everything that they're going to be showing at the presentation before the actual presentation, they always tend to keep a lot of the stuff a surprise. It only makes sense. So that last segment that we were just talking about was, like, stuff that's already confirmed to be in development that we can expect to see because of that. However, this next part here is going to be just straight up rumors of stuff that, hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but we can still expect to see. Now, this first thing here, actually, as of today when I'm recording this, there was a Super Mario Maker 2 Invitational, and then there was immediately followed by a Splatoon 2 Invitational, which confirmed a really cool upcoming final Splatfest event that I'm definitely looking forward to. And then there was a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate 3v3 Invitational that was pretty cool as well to watch. Followed by a pre-recorded video from Mr. Sakurai, officially confirming that there will in fact be Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC confirmed to be shown at the presentation. So that's definitely going to be, I had it written down here as a rumor just because it wasn't confirmed that it was going to be shown at this year's E3, but now it is. But I'm just leave it here. I don't feel like changing that. So my prediction for Smash Ultimate was not only that there was going to be a DLC character revealed, but that there was going to be more than one DLC character revealed. I don't know if that still holds up anymore, but I do definitely have two written down here. And I have them listed in two different categories. So I actually have 4 characters here. There's probably only going to be one, and probably none of them are going to be what I have written here, but oh well, We'll see. We'll see. I should have a little bit more confidence in my predictions here, you know. But see, the reason why I had more than one written down here was just because all 5 characters that are going to be in the DLC fighter packs are supposed to be coming out by February of next year. And the fact that they revealed Joker when the game came out, and like he literally just came out in April, like 4 months later, they're probably going to have to pick up the pace at some point if they want to get all 5 characters out by February 2020. So I feel like either at this year's E3 or at some point in the year, there's going to be a point where there's more than one character that is confirmed to be coming out. So like, there's going to be a point where there's going to be like 2 characters that are, you know, on their way in. The 2 characters that I have predicted that are most likely to be coming out, to be revealed at this year's E3, would be Erdrick from Dragon Quest and Banjo-Kazooie. Now, these aren't the picks that I want the most, but just based on like leaks and rumors and like sources and all that, it's just these are like the 2 like most logical picks. It would be Erdrick from Dragon Quest and Banjo-Kazooie. I'm honestly okay with both characters. I really don't mind either of them being in. I grew up with Banjo as a kid, so I would definitely be happy to see him in the game, and I've been wanting him in the game, but not like as hard as I feel other people have. So, but don't get me wrong, it'll definitely pop off if he's the DLC character. Erdrick, I'm not too excited about, but I'm definitely interested to see what they'll do with his moveset, because he'll be another sword fighter, I'm sure, but he'll be an interesting one at the most. And hey, you know what? Erdrick is going to be the closest thing that we'll ever get to Goku. I never think that Goku will be in Smash. He will never be in Smash. Sakurai said it multiple times that he will never be in Smash. But you know what? Erdrick may just be the closest thing that we'll get to a Dragon Ball character, just because, I mean, bro, just, dog. Look at him, dude. He's literally Goku, alright? Just don't at me. Alright? That's literally Goku. And if you don't think so, well, then guess what? That's the closest thing we're getting to Goku. So I'm honestly down for Erdrick. However, I do have 2 characters that I would want to see the most. I try to find like a mix between characters that I really want and characters that are realistic. And I feel like I might have just came up with these just because I'm trying to get this video out as soon as possible, and I didn't have time to just sit there thinking about it for too long. But the 2 characters that I have are going to be Doomslayer from Doom. Alright, wait, don't leave. Alright, just sit down, grab a drink. Alright, and Bandana D from Kirby. Stop, don't click off of the video. Now look, Nintendo and Bethesda, they've been buddy for a little bit now. Alright, they've been showing their support for the system, and Nintendo has been showing their support for Bethesda in return. You know, kind of like the whole like Microsoft Nintendo thing that's going on, where they're like best friends now, and they got like each other's games coming out for each other's systems, whatever. Or I mean, not the other way around, but you know, Microsoft's been showing a lot of support for Nintendo, and so is Bethesda. I don't feel like Master Chief will ever happen, but I feel like Doom just has a little bit more of a chance of getting in. Not really, now that I'm thinking about it, but goddamn, it will be hype as hell if they just had Doomslayer in the game. And I mean, think about it, like all the DLC characters are coming out with DLC stages. How hype would it be to see like Joker from Persona 5, Piranha Plant, like Cloud from Final Fantasy 7, and Doomslayer just straight up duking it out in hell, in just literal hell. Alright, with like, you know, Doom music popping off in the background. That would be hype. You can't tell me that wouldn't be. Alright, and that's why I didn't list it as a logical prediction, as like the most likely prediction. But goddamn, it would be so cool if they did. And then Bandana D, like, look, here's the thing about Bandana D. Everyone's been making predictions about characters coming out, all these third-party characters, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like, you know, I feel like at least two of the DLC characters that are going to be coming out for the game are going to be first-party characters. And I just feel like Bandana D is a pretty logical pick, because, I mean, the Kirby franchise is really big, but the last 2 newcomers that we got were King Dedede and Meta Knight in Brawl. Like, back in 2000 and whatever the hell it came out. Like, almost literally a decade ago, I'm pretty sure. It was like, what, like 2008? I'm pretty sure it was like 2008 when that game came out, and that's literally the last time we got any new characters for the Kirby franchise. And I feel like Bandanity would just close that out perfectly. He's he's just part of the squad. He's a part of the squad. Whenever I think like 4 Kirby characters, it's always Kirby, King Dedede, Meta Knight, and Bandanity. And maybe like Wispy Woods, but like come on, Wispy Woods, like dog, that's not you can't make that a character. You can't make that a character. But Bandanity, like he's already a character in like several Kirby games, so he could totally happen. And I don't know, I feel like out of the first party picks that could potentially happen, he's one of the more likely ones. So yeah, so for my most likely characters to come out for E3 this year, Erdrick and Banjo-Kazooie. And for the characters that I want to see the most, but that I also feel like are kind of sort of realistic, and because of that I want them listed on here, that's going to be Doomslayer and Bandanity. So when it comes to anything Smash related this year, those are my picks. Alright? If any of those characters come out, it was definitely my idea and no one else's, and I'm going to take all the credit for it. Alright? Especially with Bandanity, because I know y'all are going to get on me for that, and if he comes out, I'm going to be laughing at you so hard. I would literally make a Twitter video of me laughing my ass off at you guys if Bandanity comes out. Same goes for Doomslayer. Alright, because he's definitely going to happen. Alright, so my next prediction here, it's not going to be for a game in specific, because I don't really know what game they would use, but as a lot of you might know already, Cuphead came out for Nintendo Switch, and it had Xbox Live support, and I feel like what they did with Cuphead in terms of Xbox Live support, I feel like in my head, like that's not a one-time thing that they did there. I feel like there's going to be definitely more games in the future that have that same level of support, and I'm pretty sure I'll have to look it up, and I'm pretty sure that there was like pretty much all but confirmed that there was going to be compatibility for Xbox Live Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass. I forget what they call it. But I'm pretty sure like it's pretty much confirmed that that's going to be a thing that they're going to be doing now with Nintendo Switch in terms of it being compatible with that. So I feel like there's going to be a segment dedicated to showing that off. And yeah, that's definitely something that I feel like they're going to do, because that whole thing that they did with Cuphead, I feel like that wasn't a one-time thing that they did there, and that there's definitely more in store for that sort of compatibility and that sort of feature that they have going on there with Xbox Live and Nintendo. Okay, and another one of my predictions is going to be something similar. It's going to be a dedicated segment to Nindies. It's already confirmed that there's not going to be a special Nindies Direct for E3, but I feel like they're going to have a segment for Nindies. Even if it's not like a dedicated segment, that they're going to show them off like sporadically, because I feel like Nindies are like so they're just so, Nintendo supports the hell out of Nindies, and they literally support the hell out of Nindies. So I feel like they're going to have some sort of segment, or I don't fucking know, like they're just going to spread them out somewhere in between, but they'll definitely have Nindies there, because Nintendo is all over Nindies. That's why they even separate it from all the other indie games and they call them Nindies, which I can't tell if that's like the worst possible name or the best possible name, but either way I can't stop saying it, Nindies. And I definitely feel that they're going to show off more of those this year. That's definitely for sure. As for what Nindies they'll show, I think they confirmed Shantae 5 earlier this year. So if it's probably going to be cross-platform, so if Microsoft doesn't show it off, I feel like they're going to show it off at Nintendo first. So that's probably something that they'll show. And then another one, maybe, if I had to throw another one out there, I think they pushed back the release date for the Shovel Knight King of Cards DLC, as well as the Shovel Knight Showdown DLC, so I feel like they'll probably show off both of those, if not at least one of those, this year at E3. But other than that, I mean, Nindies are always meant to surprise, like, always show off like all this original stuff that all these indie developers are working on. So it's kind of hard to like predict what's coming out for that, but I can definitely predict that we'll be seeing some of those, if not a dedicated segment for those, in Nintendo's Direct this year. Okay, and my last like pulling like the craziest fucking prediction ever. Sega, not long ago, I think it was like even like earlier this week even, they made they refunded, or I guess like they reclaimed a copyright for Super Monkey Ball. I don't remember if it was just Super Monkey Ball or if it was like specifically like Banana Blitz or like the name of a specific game, but they renewed a copyright for Super Monkey Ball. And oh my god, if they are making another Monkey Ball game, I will lose my shit. You don't even understand. I love Monkey Ball 2 on the GameCube. Literally every time people come over to my house, I'm like, God, like, bro, we have to play Super Monkey Ball 2. I love this game, and I want them to make another Monkey Ball, and I want it to be really good, and I want it to come out on Nintendo Switch, and I want to play it, and I want to see it at E3, and I love Monkey Ball. Please, Sega, just make another Monkey Ball game. I'm begging you. Make another Monkey Ball game. Please. I just want Monkey Ball, man. But I mean, if you can't come out with that, then I guess it's okay. I mean, I'm honestly not expecting it that much. I'm just kind of pulling shit out of my ass at this point. So, I'm honestly running dry on predictions. That's all I had. That's pretty much it. But yeah, I need to cut off this recording because, god dang, this is probably going to be coming out within a few hours of the Direct. With my luck, that's probably what it's going to be here. But I'll get this up as soon as I'm done working on it. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. These are just my predictions for the E3 this year. If any of these are right, then god dang, my reads are sick. But other than that, I don't know why I'm making this recording longer than it has to be. Let me just finish this. Let me just get this out. Like, bro, I'm literally recording this in a closet. What am I doing here? I'm gonna get the hell out of here.